Hello, I'm going to share my homework. The proposal task isn't unusual for me. At my work, I take part on some decision when it's necessary to buy equipment, and we used to share different opinions with my colleagues, and we try to make contrast with the different choices because we know it's better to consider all the pros and cons before taking a decision. For me, it's very important a new building, and so then the best choice. It is a really opportunity to start over, to design building thinking in our current needs. For example, how much classroom we need, how much sport areas we need, what kind of sport areas we need, and we need to include some garden, an auditory, a big civic square, restroom adapted for disability people, office, and much more. We need to think if we can expand in the medium term. In my opinion, our priority should be to build a new camp for school, with better spaces for the usage of students, where students can practice sport, assist to a big theater, enjoying gardens and a nice coffee shop. But I know it is so expensive, and I don't make for sure we have money enough. The approximate cost may be around half to a 1 million of dollars. It is very much money, very much money. All schools need a bus to transport its students. That is very important because the school help families with transport for their children, and that way parents can go to work calmly. Children in the bus are safe and learning. They are serene and going to arrive at their homes. On the way, they can communicate with their partners, can sing songs, they can learn about traffic and city functionality. Perhaps the bus is expensive too, but it costs lesser than a camp for the school. I like the idea. The cost of one scholar bus may be around $40,000. Really think that the school should buy a piano because the art gives to children many possibilities to develop sensibility and skills. They can learn to play the piano, sing songs, learn to listen for appreciate music, and learn to identify the music as an important cultural expression of all times. It is very expensive too, but it's worth it when our duty is to provide a better education by giving the students artistic education. About sport areas, I think it is so important too, because physical education as much as art are helpful in the development of the children and for support to a humanist education. Children need to do exercise with constancy for a helpful development, and the teamwork helps them to learn to work with other children. Game with rules support learning to act patient respect to the ideas of the other players and frustration tolerance as well. The cost of sport areas may be different depending on the kind of sport areas designed. For example, sport areas for tennis or racquetball are so different than sport areas for a pool, but it is not cheaper. Computers are necessary too and should be renovated over time. Students support their academic activities on this electronic tool, so the school should get the best computer equipment to help students. In this way, They can search, make homeworks, and visit virtual museums and galleries. Students can communicate with friends partnered in their school as well as with the other camps and family too. The cost of one computer is around $600, and the final cost depends on the quantity of computer we need. In fact, books and computers are so necessary tools for study, and all camps should have a library for consult and to support them with their homeworks and to do searches in the web, etc. Really, I insist my choice is a new building for the school. So long.